fast guys was coming into the weekend. He's on a Triangle Cycles Yamaha. Trick Rexroth out of Appling, Georgia on a Pro Circuit 100% Club MX back KTM, finished second. Jude Smirlick out of Sunbury, Pennsylvania. He finished in the number 3 spot. The 66 of Casey Cochran out of Claremont, Florida took 4th. 5th was James Clough out of Elko, Minnesota. We had the 24 of Owen Koval out of Plymouth, Mass. He was 6th. 7th was Connor Cook. Then you had Jordan Renfro, Thomas Wood, and Logan Riggins rounding out the top 10. Adler Cottle finished 11th coming into this. I have to think that he may be a little stronger in this main event. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I tell you, it's going to be a whole different story here today. Like I said, conditions this afternoon now very different than they were yesterday during qualifying.
Is that Thomas Wood? Thomas Wood, who finished 9th in Moto number 1, I believe, opening up with the lead position out here. So you can see things are certainly changing. Casey Cochran, though, they're hot on his rear tire, trying to go to the outside of that option line, losing a little bit of time, I think, or didn't know. He might have gained that time that I thought he was losing, but Cochran really coming through the pack right there, it looks like, and utilizing this racetrack to his advantage. So Cochran takes over the lead. What a start, though, by Thomas Wood. James Clough in 3rd, Trip Rexroth in 4th. Adler Cottle, I told you, finished 11th. Look for a little stronger ride out of him here in the main event. He's running 5th right now. Connor Cook in 6th, Owen Koval 7th, Louis Martinez in 8th, Braxton Lee in 9th, and Ashton Aruda rounds out your top 10. There's another name, Austin Barenchi in 11th place position. Clayton Stockstill is 12th, Logan Riggins 13th. I mean, it's a relative who's who of riders out here in this class. And
absolutely.
Never know who's going to be able to come out on top, but Logan Best is a name that I haven't seen in the top 15 so far. Let's look down through this package.
And he rode great yesterday, man. He had a good day yesterday. One of those calculated guys. But I tell you, everybody's got their work right there. Logan Best in 19th position. So a bad start. 15th, 16th. There we go. 16th position.
Yeah.
So Logan, a bad start for him. No doubt about it. Got his work cut out for him. But I got to tell you, Casey Cochran, these guys have got their work cut out for them. He's rock solid. The guy hits his marks, does a great job. And I got to tell you, when you look at 1.6 seconds now at the end of 2 laps, we'll just exactly see what these lap times are going to translate to, because if you look at a 1:00.7 to a 1:01.7, that's 1 second per lap, Rodney, for how many laps? So
yeah, you just add a second every lap, like you said, if it stays consistent like that. But I got to give it up to Thomas Wood, finishing 9th. He's running those 1:01.7s, and he's staying consistent right now here in the early part of this main event, but he's got all kinds of trouble coming in. James Clough back there, Trip Rexroth, Adler Cottle, they're all hungry. They're all riders that know that they're capable. Oh, look at that. Trip Rexroth coming in there. Little bump and grind action, gaining another position out there. I think that was Clough he got around into that number 3 position now. So wrapping up another lap. There's lap 3. Cochran, Wood still in 2nd. Trip Rexroth up to 3rd as he gets around James Clough with that move there. Adler Cottle still in 5th.
The number 20 machine.
That was Louis Martinez. Martinez was running just outside the top 5. He's dropped down to at least a 10th, make that a 12th place position as he checks in now. So he's back up and rolling in 12th. But Thomas Wood, that 2nd place position, might be the next victim of Trip Rexroth. Trip is not afraid to get aggressive if it becomes necessary, and here we go. He's getting himself set up in a great position to make the setup for the pass here on Thomas Wood.
Yeah, he's been faster for 2 laps, so it's just a matter he was closing the distance. Last time around, he was a full second and 3/10 quicker, so it's just a matter of consistency, making a good line choice here, and he'll put that pass on him. And take a look at Cochran. Cochran, we were talking about a second a lap. Last time he put about a 1.5 on, opened up over 3-second lead.
Well, I tell you, Trip Rexroth just did exactly what he wanted to do to Thomas Wood. He set him up and forced him into the outside of that option lane out there, and he just took that 2nd place position over without a fight. I mean, it was a matter. He forced him right into that position to take that line.
That was textbook racing, Rodney. He took position of the line. You're exactly right. He claimed it.
Very, very nice setup, the way he was able to pull that off. And if somebody watched that, that was very textbook out here.
It was.
You could use that later on if you want to go back and watch it on RacerTV for yourself. I got to say, very smart plan there for Trip Rexroth. Now the question is, can he bridge this 3.3-second gap between he and Casey Cochran? He is turning a little bit faster lap time, actually a 1.3-second faster lap time than Cochran, so he is starting to make some major gains out there. And with that, I say we got 3 seconds. If we have only 3 laps of racing left to go, we got time for a battle to shape up in this one. Cochran checks in now at now 4.2 seconds ahead of Trip Rexroth. Don't know if Rexroth might have made a little mistake, just slowed down, but Cochran might be a little more comfortable now here heading toward the checkers in this mini senior 2, 13 to 15-year-old class.
Chase, you've been in this position before. How tough is it right now at this point in the game? You realize you're about 3 to 4 seconds down. You know that white flag's coming. What's it take, man, when you're spent right now and you know that this is what it is? It's all or nothing.
Yeah, it's basically you just got to keep your line straight and keep it smooth, open up the track a little bit more, and just do your best to catch up to him and try to make a pass on him.
Start searching for those outside lines, maybe just a little bit where it's smoother to outbreak them, maybe that kind of thing. But
exactly, and you can kind of watch them and see where they're a little slower than you at, and you can make up time there.
White flag coming out on this one, guys, so if Rexroth wants to get any damage made here, he's got to pick up the pace quite a bit at 101.9, dropping to a near 102, and Rexroth at a 101.5, so his speeds I don't think are going to be nearly fast enough to catch Cochran unless he picks it back up out here. 3.7 seconds is what separates first and second place position, but it's almost like both riders have settled into their pace here. Thomas Wood still back in the number 3 spot. James Clough in 4th. Adler Cottle now in the number 5 spot has held that position. Look at this, up from 16th. Logan Best now into 7th place position.
Holy cow. And this is amongst a stacked field that Best was able to do that, put that together. Take a look at our top 3. 101.9, 101.5. Fastest guy consistently so far is Trip Rexroth. Just wasn't out front at the beginning of it.
Right.
102.4. Then we jump all the way up to a 105, a couple 104s, that type of thing. And look at Logan Best, a 102. So he's consistently faster than 3 guys ahead of him.
Yeah, and that's in some lap traffic there. So taking a look at fast lap times right now, Casey Cochran, I think his fastest was a 59.956. However, the fast